Welcome to Critical Condition. My name is Joe and we're here to talk about sports. So today we're going to talk about the NBA. So news has come out that the NBA is going to have a 22-team startup, or restart, I should say. And this is good. It's very exciting for us sports fans because, we all miss basketball. And I just, as a sports fan, I'll take what I can get at this point. So there's going to be a 22-team season restart. They really just got the teams that they feel like still had a chance, obviously, to make it to the playoffs. So, I personally am not a fan of this process. I feel like they should have just gotten the 16 teams, give them a couple warm-up games, and just head to the season. But regardless, we're at least on the road to get basketball back. So the NBA is targeting a July 30 or 31st return. Those are the real target dates when it comes to this. And regardless of how things go down, I have only 4 title favorites, which is what we're going to talk about today. So these 4 teams, in my opinion, regardless of whatever the standings is and whatever the seeding goes down, are the teams that I believe have the chance are in that championship bubble. Anyone else, they really don't have a chance. They're really just 4 teams that can do this. So I'm going to list the teams from 4 to 1 on their chances that I believe are going to win the NBA title. So let's start off with number 4. I have the Milwaukee Bucks. Now, a lot of people have the Bucks higher on their list, but I have them number 4 just because, first of all, I like Giannis, and Giannis is the second best player in basketball currently, and he's such a dominant force. But with Giannis, the concern is that he's been in the league for 7 years, and he's only had 2 playoff series, both last year. When he went up against Kawhi, after having a 2-0 lead in the series, Kawhi really took it to them, and he got exploited there. So that's a very big concern. Next, when it comes to the Bucks, if Giannis having an off night, I really don't trust Chris Middleton as their number 2 to really show up in big spots. The times that they needed Chris Middleton, he hasn't shown up in the playoffs, so that's a real big concern with them. And that's my opinion. I mean, besides coach and defense, which they're both solid at, I really don't see them really eclipsing a top 3 spot when it comes to these teams. Again, they have a shot to win this title, and obviously depending the seeding, if it works into their advantage, that'll be great for them. But I, in my opinion, have the Bucks ranked at number 4. At number 3, I actually have the Boston Celtics. There's a lot to like about the Boston Celtics. Before pre-COVID, Jason Tatum was starting to really set the league on fire. I like him. He's a superstar. Within the next 3 to 4 years, I feel like he's going to really move towards elite status and really just be a top 8 player in the NBA. There's the potential there, okay? So I like Jason Tatum. I think they're A at coach with Brad Stevens. And I really like the team that's all around him. So you got Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, who's no scrub. I really like Kemba Walker, who is a scorer and can draw 20 to 25 a night whenever you need him to. I really like if Kanter can actually go out there and produce and give you about 15 to 20 points a night as well during a series. I feel like that's great for them. So I really like this team as a whole. I really like their starting lineup. Again, they have an experienced coach. I'm not really worried about Kyrie not being there anymore. Obviously, this seems a lot better without Kyrie being in that locker room, and they're really focused and really determined. And I really like what I saw from the Celtics pre-COVID. My concern is, again, that experience factor. I still feel like they're young, and regardless of how young they were when they reached the Eastern Conference Finals, we'll see how the layoff works, because, again, I feel like young guys need to keep those reps going, and this process really is just a veteran's game when it comes to really taking time off and then getting back on the court right away. So I feel like there might be a little bit of a chemistry issue going back. Very interested to see how Brad Stevens is going to work that out. But I do have the Celtics at number 3, and they're really my favorite to come out of the East going into the NBA Finals. At number 2, I have the Los Angeles Lakers. The big thing, and the only reason why I have them at number 2, this team is just LeBron James, okay? If you take away LeBron James and just leave Anthony Davis there with the rest of this team, they're really just the Pelicans in a different uniform. LeBron James, in my opinion, is the best player on planet Earth right now when it comes to the game of basketball. He's such a dominant force. And you see it so much that when he gets off the bench, this team struggles. And that's the thing that holds this team back, in my opinion. The difference between number 2 and number 1 is I don't know who to rely on when it comes to the bench. I don't know who to rely on when it comes to LeBron going off the court. Anthony Davis, is he really built to go through this long stretch of the season healthy? Through this long playoff series healthy? Depending if the Lakers get pushed to 7 games. I doubt they will when it comes to the first round, but regardless, it's a very time-consuming game when it comes to this. On overtime, I don't know. I just don't know if I trust Anthony Davis. I definitely don't trust anyone else around there. This team ultimately will go as far as LeBron James takes them. But LeBron James is the greatest basketball player on the planet Earth for, just being him and how far he takes his teams. So, if everything lines up and the seeding works well for them, no doubt that they'll at least make it to the Western Conference Finals. There's no doubt in this. I do believe in LeBron in crunch time. When it comes to these things, I feel like he makes all the smart basketball decisions, and as long as you have him healthy, sky's the limit when it comes to the Lakers, to be honest, right there. So I have a number 2. And at number 1, I actually have the Los Angeles Clippers. This has been my pick to win the title all year long. Kawhi Leonard, top 5 player in basketball, without a doubt. Him combined with Paul George, and they have a great mix of young and veteran players. I feel like out of anyone in the NBA, the Clippers are the team that benefited from all this time off. They were dealing with some injuries. Now they got time to get healthy. The conditioning's going to be a little concern for me. But, again, they have a bunch of players that can guard LeBron James. And that's going to be the key into that kind of matchup if we do get the privilege and honor of watching these two teams go at it in the playoffs. I really like Kawhi, Paul George. I like Lou Williams coming off the bench. Montrezl Harrell is phenomenal. I like what Ivanka Zubac brings to the table, and I really like the kind of defense that Patrick Beverley plays up. I feel like this team's stacked from top to bottom. Again, they have 4 forwards that can actually step in there and guard LeBron, and in my opinion, the Clippers are my number 1 team, and they're my favorite overall to go out there and win the NBA title this year. Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to leave it a like. Let me know what you think. I don't expect everyone to agree with me, but let's have a good friendly discussion down in the comment section down below. Let me know what you think. Who are your top 4 teams going into this upcoming NBA restart? Let me know what you think. Leave your thoughts and opinions, and if you enjoyed the video, feel free to subscribe. I'll catch you later next time, guys. Goodbye.